This Saturday, Governor Paul LePage will be heading halfway around the world, leading a trade mission to China.
The delegation includes several Maine businesses looking to develop new markets to export their products and expand their sales in China.
News 13's Brad Rogers joins us now with more on the story. Brad?
Well, Kim and Greg, in the last 5 years, Maine exports have nearly doubled and have really been one of the bright spots in Maine's economy. And the potential for new exports to China and its 1.5 billion people is staggering. Shanghai, the world's most populated city with nearly 18 million people. This is where Governor LePage is taking a diverse group of Maine business leaders to try and open up new markets in China. Yale Cordage, a Saco company that makes high-performance rope, already has products off the coast of China, rope that is used in offshore oil rigs and tsunami warning systems. But the company's president sees limitless potential on the Chinese mainland and its growing infrastructure.
We have about 15 confirmed meetings in the two major cities.
Bill Putnam says the construction industry, specifically utility construction, is one of Yale Cordage's biggest customers.
The schedule is so full that it's going to be a challenge to keep up.
Lighthouse Imaging is also going on this trade mission to China. The Portland company is a leader in the manufacture of equipment used for testing endoscopes before they are used in surgery. China's Zhejiang province is one of the 2 places in the world where most endoscopes are made.
We've sold into China in the past, and we're looking to expand that.
Dr. Dennis Leiner, who founded Lighthouse Imaging, says doing business in China can be a challenge in itself.
The way of thinking about things seems to be different. It's not like Western Europe where it's just a different language. It's a very different culture.
That's where the Maine International Trade Center comes in. They establish the connections, relationships, and help set up appointments for the Maine companies going on the trip.
Each of the companies going have a trade specialist that is an expert in the industry area that's setting up matchmaking meetings. So you get down and you start selling and you start meeting people and developing relationships.
This system where they connect you with people that can basically line up your appointments is very powerful.
And if the trip is successful, it will ultimately lead to more jobs here in Maine.
You know, we do all our manufacturing in the U.S., and we aim to keep it that way.
Well, Governor LePage will also be leading a group trying to attract companies in China to both invest in Maine businesses or even start up their own company here in Maine. Academic recruiters will also join the trip, recruiting Chinese students to Maine's high school academies, colleges, and universities. And Kim and Greg, the delegates will also spend part of their week in Hong Kong.
All right, it's going to be an interesting trip for
Should
sure.
be.
Thanks, Brad. The president is making a campaign stop in Portsmouth later this week. And while supporters are excited for the visit, some parents are upset.
Steve Roldan joins us now live from Portland with more on the story. Steve.
Well, I can tell you right now we're in the Strawberry Bank area here in downtown Portsmouth where the president will arrive here on Friday. You can already see some of the preparations underway with this tent that's been put up here in this area. And if you're familiar with this area, it's very small and very little access out there, so with a lot of detours and closed streets. That was the reason why they decided to close classes on Friday.
It's not about the politics of this. It's just about the fact that education is so important. That should be the #1 concern here.
Now, Kathy Logan is a Portsmouth parent who's not happy about classes being canceled here in the city on Friday because of President Obama's campaign stop. She says it's a short notice decision that's now left many parents scrambling to make arrangements for childcare at the last minute. City officials say it was a difficult decision to cancel classes, but they say the safety of students was the driving force in that decision.
By the time the president's coming through with the motorcades and the school buses, it just chose to be such a difficult task to be able to maneuver everybody around that the superintendent decided to close down the schools.
Now, city officials tell us they stand by that decision for the safety of students and the safety of all people who are heading down here for the president's visit on Friday. And that being said, I want to tell you that we spoke to a lot of people here in Portsmouth who are very excited about that presidential visit. That's the latest live here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Steve Roldan, News 13. Greg, Kim, back to you.
All right, thank you, Steve.
And the president's coming to New Hampshire. Not to be outdone, Mitt Romney planning a major campaign event just a few hours later in New Hampshire on Friday. The Republican nominee will hold a rally at Holman Stadium in Nashua Friday night, only about an hour's drive away from Portsmouth. Romney also has been spending a lot of time in the swing state, both campaigning and spending time in recent days at his vacation home near Lake Winnipesaukee. The most recent polls from last month show Obama only with a few-point lead over Romney in the Granite State.
We have an update on an attempted abduction in Poland.
Police are now releasing a mugshot of the man who police say tried to abduct a female employee at Rangpon State Park.
Take a close look. This is an artist's rendition of the suspect. He is described as being a white male, approximately 38 to 42 years old, 175 to 190 pounds, with short, dark-colored, curly or wavy hair with a receding hairline.
Let's also give you a description of the van. It's a rust-colored 1980-style Chevy van with square headlights and no rear license plate. They say there was some sort of decal covering the front registration. If you have any information on the suspect or the van, or anything about this attempted abduction, the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office is waiting to hear from you. $140,000. That's how much police in Old Orchard Beach believe that a former bookkeeper, now dead, embezzled from the town library. Detectives are still investigating this case, but they say they have enough evidence now to estimate exactly how much they think was taken, and they say they've determined it was embezzled. It happened over the course of 6 years. The bookkeeper accused of taking the money, Linda Jenkins, died of cancer this spring. Soon after, bank officials alerted Libby Memorial Library of discrepancies in the library's bank accounts. Police believe that Jenkins acted alone and was able to take the money because she had total control over those accounts. Library policies are now under review.
An adult is being accused of hitting and then holding a blanket to the throat of a 4-year-old girl in Kennebec County. Police say 28-year-old Brent LaValle of Augusta held that blanket so tightly it left marks. Police say it happened last Thursday. The girl's grandfather noticed the injuries and called police. Police say they think LaValle was angry because the girl would not go to sleep. He's charged with felony assault.
A couple who ran the largest puppy mill in Maine history is off the hook tonight. John and Heidi Frasca faced 25 charges of animal cruelty. They pled guilty to 5 charges, and as part of a plea deal, this case was dismissed if they stayed out of trouble for 17 months. Well, today that deadline came and all the remaining charges against them are now dropped. Investigators discovered more than 250 dogs at that mill in August of 2007. Many of those dogs were sick and had to be rescued by animal welfare groups.
2 cruise ship companies are buying a lot of Maine lobster. Representative Shelley Pingree says Norwegian Cruise Lines will buy 5,000 pounds of lobster from Ready Seafood for their upcoming stops in Portland. Another company, Celebrity Cruise Lines, is buying up an additional 3,500 pounds for their upcoming stops. Pingree says she's hopeful that other cruise lines will also commit to buying lobster from Maine companies while visiting Portland and Bar Harbor.
Well, it is the end of an era at BIW.
The last of the Navy's original run of Arleigh Burke destroyers is heading out to sea. Quite the scene there today as the USS Michael Murphy left Bath today for New York City, where it will be officially commissioned.
Yeah, quite a sight. It's then going to be off to its home port of Pearl Harbor. The Murphy is the 34th Burke-class destroyer built at Bath and is supposed to be the last before construction of the new class of more stealthy destroyers begin.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Charlie DePresti.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Most towns picked up between 1 and 3 inches of rain overnight last night through this morning. Had a little bit of sun during the afternoon hours. Tomorrow will feature more in the way of some sunshine. In fact, a pretty nice Thursday is shaping up. Let's jump into the maps and we'll start out with a 3-day forecast. Tomorrow looks pretty nice. Mostly sunny skies to start us out. You will notice increasing late-day clouds. Our greatest chance for a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow will be in the hills and mountains. More scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely on Friday, and temps will be a little bit warmer that day, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, increasing clouds. There is the chance for a thunderstorm that day as well, but no organized rain is expected until Sunday. Sunday we could get a pretty good soaking around here, or at least Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's my best estimate on how that's going to play out, at least at this point. Doppler HD is quiet right now. All the rainfall that we had is long gone. There still is a little bit of rainfall over southern New England. That's all pushing off to the east as well, so our weather is certainly quieting down. Last night's storm, there's the rain pushing out. A nice clearing trend is taking place to our west, and our next disturbance is on deck. You can see that a little bit better as we widen things out here. There is a cold front to our west. So this will be our weather for tomorrow. This will be our weather for Friday. In fact, that little cold front will snake on through during the day Friday, bringing scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, a pretty nice looking day tomorrow before more showers and storms arrive on Friday. That right there is Leslie. Leslie is now a hurricane. Remember yesterday she was a tropical storm, now sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. That little dot you see right there is Bermuda, and it looks like Leslie is going to come very close to Bermuda over the next few days as a Category 2 hurricane. So Saturday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Leslie is expected to have sustained winds of 90 miles per hour, gusts of 110 miles per hour. The storm is going to be a powerful storm as it moves up into Nova Scotia and pushing off to our east early next week. We will get the swells building late week into the weekend, and our strongest waves, or our biggest waves here in northern New England, will likely occur on Monday. 7 to 10 foot waves will be likely here along the coastline of Maine and New Hampshire. Back at home, things are quiet out there tonight. We have 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Many towns waking up to temps in the 50s. It's a mostly sunny start to the day. You'll notice a few clouds increasing during the course of the day. I think a pretty nice looking Thursday around here. This is 2 o'clock. Greatest chance for a shower or thunderstorm will be in the mountains tomorrow. High temps on Thursday will range from 70s at the coastline to upper 70s to near 80 for many inland towns. That's actually a few degrees above normal. More clouds tomorrow night, slight chance for a shower even at the coastline. Then we all get into scattered showers and storms on Friday. Remember that cold front I just outlined? That moves through on Friday. So Friday's our greatest chance for seeing a thunderstorm, some of which may become severe to end out the work week. I'll let you know if any of those do become severe. Temps will be in the 70s and 80s. Overnight lows tonight will bottom out in the 50s. Not a bad looking night. Look for areas of fog. Greatest chance for a shower tonight will be in the mountains. Tomorrow looks to be a pretty nice day. I'm going to call it a nice mixture of sun and clouds. We'll start with mostly sunny skies. You'll notice the clouds starting to filter in from time to time, especially during the afternoon and evening. Greatest chance for that shower or thunderstorm will be in the mountains. 70s for highs at the coastline, a little bit warmer inland. Upper 70s and low 80s on Friday. I think a decent end to the work week, but keep an eye to the sky for these showers and thunderstorms Friday. Saturday appears to be the best portion of the weekend. Sun to increasing clouds will introduce some rain moving in as soon as Saturday night and extending into Sunday. Your inland forecast, you're a little bit warmer over the next few days, but look at the long range forecast. Oh boy, Tuesday, Wednesday, 60s for highs and overnight lows dipping into the 40s. Some
like
lower
fall-like, Charlie.
Oh yes, how dare it turn into September at some point here.
I don't know why I'm always amazed at how quickly this happens, but there we go
September.
again.
No, I agree. Happens just like that.
Not ready for lows in the 40s, though.
No, I'm not either.
That's tough.
This time next week.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Charlie.